So today's lesson is titled Movies 101. And famous director, that fat guy that you see there, Kevin Smith, said that being a filmmaker, if someone told you that being a filmmaker is easy, uh, they're lying to you. And as a filmmaker myself, I can give you, I'm a witness to how difficult it is and sometimes and stressful to make a movie. Okay, it's not easy. It's complex. It's complicated. It has many moving parts. It's not simple. And one of the things that makes it harder is its collaborative nature. Collaborative nature means that it involves teamwork, that it involves other individuals working together to achieve a final goal. So, making a film requires, before you begin shooting a single frame with your camera, it requires lots of planning, lots of organization, lots of coordination. That's the coordination is terrible. It's very necessary, but it's terrible. But it needs to be done. Lots of attention to detail and lots of aspirins because you're gonna get a headache making movies. So I'm not shying away from the truth. I'm not kidding you guys. It can be stressful, but it can be a lot of fun. I wouldn't make movies if it wasn't fun. But it's a lot of work. And you guys already do a lot of stuff that is hard, but it's fun. And nobody's pushing you to do what you do. For example, how many of you play volleyball in a team? Answer. Okay, there you go. Some of you are in a volleyball team, right? And you're doing it, and nobody told you to do it. You're doing it because you want to. Some of you are probably in basketball. Some of you are probably taking music classes because you enjoy music and you enjoy playing a guitar or playing a keyboard. And nobody forced you to do it, but you do it, and it's hard, but it's fun. And making movies is the same thing. It's fun. There's blood, there is sweat, and there are tears. This guy that you're seeing on the screen right now, I have bled, I have sweated, and I have cried to make movies. But it's fun. Not because you're bleeding or crying or or sweating, but because at the end of the day, when you see what this group of people that work with you did, when you see that baby being delivered, it's like, whoa, like this is our baby, like this is awesome. Like we passed through all that, but look at what we have here. And we did this. This is done by us, by our hands, by our effort. And do you know the joy and the satisfaction of doing something and seeing it accomplished? How many of you know that joy? No. I mean, it's this is something that is undescribable, and that if you have not had the joy of doing something and see the end result, I feel bad for you. Don't put yourself in that situation. What was that? What was that again? Oh, and you're super happy when exactly. I mean, why do people do dishes? Not because they like dealing with the dirt, but at the end of the day, it's so nice to see a clean kitchen, right? Or it's so nice to see a clean house. So there are many things, many projects that we have been involved in that are hard. But at the end of the day, when we see that and we see how other people enjoy what we did, it's like boom, like it's incredible. The feeling is incredible. It's a great joy. There's a link for the video that I told you. It's right there. That picture. You click on it, and it takes you to the video that you need to see from Film Riot. So please check it out. We're going to be seeing many videos from Film Riot. Film Riot is an incredible channel in YouTube that you're going to enjoy a lot because it's very funny too. It's a lot of fun and it's about making movies. Okay, when you're making movies, many things have to happen before you take out your camera. Before you take this out and start recording, Many things are supposed to happening before you do that. And many decisions have to be made before you start shooting. Decisions about the script, which is the story, right? The script is the story that you're going to shoot. The format, which is how are you going to present it. The budget is how much money do we have available to make this movie. A script breakdown means how are we going to present the story to the cast and the crew, the people that are going to be working with us. The location, where are you shooting this movie? You have to shoot it somewhere, right? Where are you shooting it? You also have to make choices about casting, like who are the people in front of the camera, the actors, the people that are performing. You have to make choices about shot lists, which is a tool that you use for in filmmaking. About storyboards, how many of you draw? How many of you like drawing? I'm not asking you if you draw beautiful. Some people draw ugly and they enjoy drawing anyway. The, the same way that a lot of people like singing, but they sing horribly. Very good. Then, guess what? Guess what? Maybe you're going to be the person that's going to be doing the storyboards. What's a storyboard? If you know what a comic book is, then you have a pretty good idea what a storyboard is. It's a great tool in filmmaking. I make storyboards too. I make my own storyboards. I'm not saying I'm a great artist, but I enjoy drawing. Managing the script is sometimes you have to make changes when you're shooting the movie in the script. Script can be very fluid, and sometimes you might have to change the dialogue or the action or whatnot. So you have to manage the script. Shooting schedule, that is the hardest part of filmmaking. The schedule is having people meet together at a certain place at a certain time to shoot a movie. That is very difficult and it's a headache, but it needs to be done. And guys, once you make schedules, everybody has to commit to it. And if you're expected to be in a certain place at a certain time, you better be there. You need to be there because you already gave your word that you're going to be there. So no schedule should be official if every single person involved has not committed to it. Okay. The crew, you have to make decisions about the crew. The crew is the people working behind the camera. That's 99% of the people making the movie work behind the camera. The gear, which is the equipment. What equipment are you using to make this movie? And the business aspects, which really have nothing to do with you, but with the film, to do with the film industry. Um, the movie making process has 5 stages or steps. Which are they? In chronological order, they are development. Once you finish that stage, you move on to another stage called pre-production, which is before you start shooting the movie. Then you move on to when you're ready to shoot it, and only when you're ready, you start filming during another stage known as production or principal photography. Then, when you're done shooting your movie and you have all the footage that you need, then you move on to post production to turn all that footage into a movie. And many things happen in this process, many things. And then, when it's finally done, you move on to distribution. Distribution is when you share. That's when you share your movie. How are you going to share it? We'll talk about that at some other time. So, who are the movie makers? The movie makers are right there. You'll see that they come in 2 types. One are the cast members, and the cast members are those that are in front of the camera, like the actors. See the arrow? The arrow there is pointing to an actress. She's going to be in front of the camera acting. And you have 2 other arrows pointing to 2 other people that you're not ever going to see in the movie because they are behind the camera. As a matter of fact, one is using the camera and the other one has a boomstick to record the audio, the sound. Those are called the crew. So, who are the cast? The cast members are somebody needs to mute their microphone because there's some background noise. Um, so, cast members include the actors and the extras. And you also have the crew. There you have the different crew members. You can divide the crew into the principal primary crew and the secondary crew. Crew members can consist of the screenwriter, with the person that wrote the story or the script of the movie. It can include the director, who's the person in charge of shooting the project. The production designer, which is the person in charge of the look of the movie, that person in charge of the costumes and the sets and all these things and the props. You have the director of photography, who is the person in charge of the camera. You have the editor, who is the person that takes all the footage and turns it into a movie. You have the sound designer, who's the person that creates sounds for the movie. The composer is the person that makes the music for the movie. The producer is the person that finds the resources necessary to make that movie. And the executive producer is the head honcho, like the top boss, the one that makes the movie happen. Then you have the secondary crew. There are a bunch of people there. I'm not going to go into talking about all of them, but you can see that in the lesson. You're going to see every single person. That's a picture of the basic set layout for a movie. And the tools that we use in filmmaking, the first tool is the camera. And there you have another list of tools that are used, computers and microphones, etc. It also talks about the movie market, which is where the movie is distributed or the movie is made available. And the people that consume that movie are the audience. You're the people that buy the tickets. You're the people that uh, rent the movie or pay for streaming services to watch the movie. And basically, that's all I have for you today. There's the reshoot activity, the assessment that you have to complete and send to me the way I already asked for you to send it. So, guys, having said that, I'll be seeing you in the next lesson, and we're going to be talking about the technology that gave birth to cinema in our next lesson. So, I wish you all a great afternoon. You take care, and I'll be seeing you, God willing, um, the day after tomorrow. Okay, so you all take care. God bless you all.